Alright, now you have the telescope home and you know what the basic parts are. I'm going to show you how to go from the beginning to the end to look at something in the night sky. First thing first, you want to put this down on something nice and stable. Now I prefer putting the telescope on the ground because nobody's ever dropped it off the ground. Unfortunately, this telescope is kind of short, so you'll have to be sitting on a milk crate, maybe kneeling down next to it. You might find it more comfortable to put it up on a table. Now, outside, the best table to use would be something like a picnic table. And you might have to move it around from corner to corner, if you're depending on where you're going to look in the sky. You definitely want to put this on something that's big and heavy and steady. Okay? What I'm going to do now is, I have my telescope sitting here. What you should do is when you take the soft case off and lift it up, have somebody pull the case away for you. But leave that case nearby, and here's why. The first thing you need to do is to take the dust cover off the top. What you should do then, to keep it handy, is to put it right into that pocket that's in the case. And then while you're in the pocket, what you can do is you can take out the finder scope. And let me just line this up somewhat like that. And remember, the little tube that's on this scope goes toward the front. And really the best way to slide this is from the back of the mount to the front. And then I'm just going to tighten up this screw to get that in place. Then I'm going to take out the lens. The lens has a couple of dust covers on it. You want to treat those with respect. You don't want to get any fingerprints on the glass if you can avoid that. That goes back into the little carrying pocket there too. The dust cover comes off the focuser. That goes into the pocket. The lens goes right into the hole. And then you can simply tighten up the two knobs. Not too tight, just to keep it tight in there, nice and safe. Alright, now your telescope is ready to go. The first thing though is that the finder, the easy finder, might need to be aligned. Ordinarily though, taking it in and out, it should be okay. But maybe the last person to use it is not taking good care of it. So what you need to do is right here are this one knob that has the black knob that has the white dot on it. And when the two white dots are lined up, it means it's turned off. What you want to do is you want to turn the knob, you can hear it click, and that will turn on the LED, the little red light, and the more you turn it, the brighter it gets. Okay? So right now I'm going to leave it off, otherwise I'll forget to turn it off later on. So that's on, and then what you want to do is you want to look through the telescope, from the back of the telescope right through the center of the easy finder. If it is not pointed at an object that you want to look at, so for example, say I have the moon out, and I'm looking right at the moon, and I got it like that, then if I go to look through the eyepiece, hopefully at that point, the easy finder will be aligned with the telescope and you're in business. Now, there are two adjustment knobs on here to make the easy finder go up and down or left and right. The next video on the website gives a great explanation on how to adjust those if you need to. But I'm going to tell you something that I've learned a long time ago and is still true to this day. Unless you have an incredibly expensive finder scope, they're hard to use and they're just not that reliable. So I have a trick. If you want, you can try it. On the telescope are these two brackets that hold the tube to the tube support. What I do is I look right through the spaces between where the screw holds these things together. I look right between those two spaces and I use the top of the space to line up my object. It's one way of doing it. The finder scope's another way of doing it. What you want to do is try to find the brightest object in the sky first. So say I'm looking at Venus or the crescent moon. Move the telescope around, I look right through here, the brackets, or right through the finder scope, whichever way you like. And then you come around here and you're going to look right in through the lens. Now, most people forget that the lens is in a thing called the focuser. And the focuser allows you to move the lens out and brings the lens back in. Now remember, the light is traveling the length of the telescope, bouncing off a curved mirror, coming back up here, bouncing off a 45-degree angle mirror and coming out. To focus that, you have to use the focuser. And Find a bright object, one of the planets, the moon, it's pretty good. And I'm telling you, the first time you see Saturn or Jupiter or the moon through a telescope, sharp, it's just the most unbelievable thing. When you have that done, you just grab the telescope by this knob and you move it around, look at objects in the sky, and you're going to have a great time. The key here is to keep the telescope dry and clean. Right? When you are finished, it's really important to follow that procedure going backwards. First things first, you want to turn off the finder scope. Make sure it clicks and the two white dots are together. Then you want to take the finder scope out, take it off, put it into the pocket. Hey, while you're at it, you might as well just take out the big dust cover, put the finder scope back in the pocket, put the dust cover right back on top of the scope. Then, if you like, you can undo the tension knots, take the lens out, and put the two dust covers right on the lens. And then don't forget that you also have a dust cover for the focuser. Remember that when you put the telescope into the bag, the support is going to be away from the zipper. Zip it up, bring it inside, and then you're all set. You can bring it out another night, you can have a great time. Boys and girls, I really hope you have a good time looking through the telescope. Sometimes it gets frustrating, you're cold, you're tired, it's not working right, but all it takes is one or two really nice objects in the sky to make it all worthwhile.